Hi friends, we have a small dose of grammar here today about kinds of sentences. Now you can see kinds of sentences you have in English four. First one is called statement or declarative sentences. Statement means subject, verb, object in that order, very simple. I saw God. See, I teach English. That is statement or declarations. Second is questions. Questions you have two types. That is, one is WH question. That means questions that begin with the WH words like what, when, where, why, who, whom, whose, how many, how much, how often, how far, how long. How long is for time, that is the duration. How far is for distance. How often is for frequency. How much is quantity. How many number. And how the way you do, whose possession, whom you are talking, object, then who, why, where, when, what, and so on. That they are called WH questions or question word questions. Then another type of questions starts with auxiliaries. They are called auxiliary questions. So the answer of those questions are either yes or no, and therefore you call them yes or no questions. Will you come? Can I go? Shall we go there? Then is it all right? The answer is either yes or no. All those questions begin with auxiliary words. Do they come? Will they come? Will they go? Like that. So that they are called auxiliary questions or yes or no questions. Why do you call them yes or no questions? Because the answer is either yes or no, isn't it? There is only one question I think that you cannot answer by saying yes, and that is, are you sleeping? You cannot answer it by saying yes. Yes, can you? Are you sleeping? If you say yes or no, then what will happen is you are not sleeping. If you are sleeping, if somebody is asked, are you sleeping? You will not be able to answer that question. I think you got that point. Then you have got this question about questions. Now, the most commonly used punctuation. Punctuate means stop somewhere. Either it can be a full stop or half stop. And that is, here you have got the full stop, that is period we say, semicolon, comma, question mark, exclamatory point we say, semicolon, colon. These are very most commonly used. Then of course you have got inverted commas and so on. Brackets are there, parentheses, brackets, etc. are there, but for the time being we will deal with these things. I think that would be, otherwise sometimes what will happen is, too many points will, too many cooks will spoil the broth, we say, like that, soup, like that. Here too many, I do not want to tell you, and then this is enough, I think, for the time being. Now, third kind of sentence is imperative sentences, we say, imperative. Imperative means either commands, can be commands, orders, prayers and requests. Please come here, that is an imperative sentence. Get out of the class, that is imperative sentence. Stop there, imperative sentence. God, hear our prayers, that is imperative sentence. These are imperatives, they say. IMPERATIVE, imperative sentences. And then you have got exclamation, where you have got to say, oh, what a wonderful idea. And then that exclamatory point you will use at the end of that sentence. I think now it is clear. You have got four kinds of sentences. Okay, is that clear? Statement, questions you have got WH question and yes or no question. Third is imperative sentences, and fourth you have exclamatory sentences, exclamations. So when you punctuate, you have to be careful about that. When you are asked to punctuate this, that means sentences begin with the capital letters. So that is one point that you have to note here. This will be I, this will be W, this is also W, capital, sun, P capital, O capital, W capital. That's one thing that you have to do. And then what is the next thing that you are asked to do? You have to punctuate. The tree was older than, that is a simple declarative sentence. So full stop or period we say. I saw a cobra and a mongoose fighting, that is also full stop. Full stop. What a spectacular sight, that is exclamation, isn't it? Will the mongoose kill the snake? That is a question, but it's a question mark where you have got the auxiliary. Will is an auxiliary verb, isn't it? Or you can say yes or no question. Then son, comma, get down from the bus. Son, get down from the bus. So here there is a stop here, a half stop. So for that you put a comma and then you stop. Please answer me. That is an imperative sentence. Of course, the punctuation is period. Oh, what happy times there had been. Oh, exclamation. Happy times there had been, exclamation. That's two exclamations. What did man do to nature? That is a WH question. That would be the answer to your question in the textbook. The textbook you have given 8 sentences, and these 8 sentences we are asked to punctuate, and also punctuate according to the kind of the or the sentence type. Understand? So that's what we have done here. I think now that is clear. But generally, I just gave you some idea about sentences. There can only be 4 kinds of sentences in English. Only 4 kinds of sentences. No other kinds you will find in English. I think in all languages it is like that, isn't it? And then you have got question word questions, WH or WH questions. Then you have got the yes or no questions. You have got imperative sentences, order, request, prayers, and so on. And you have got exclamations. Now another point to note is in some books you will find questions. No? Instead of questions, they use another word, and that is interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentences. Interrogation means to ask. To interrogate, that means to ask. The police interrogated the thief. That means the police asked the thief. So interrogative sentences means asking sentences. Sentences used for asking. These questions again. Questions you have got 2 types. I think it is clear to you. I have done the punctuation for you, which I should not have done. You yourself should do it. But since this is an online class, it's okay. We'll go, you'll adjust like this. Okay. So bye. Have a nice day. Enjoy your time.